Today, we're going to talk about something that's a little different. It's called progressive overload. And if you don't know what that means, is you go to the gym, or if you have a home gym, you pick a weight, right? Whatever you can do. Then you add 5 pounds per week until you get to a point where it gets real hard to add 5 pounds per week. Then you go down to 2.5 pounds, and then you go down to 1.5 pounds. Now, these smaller weights are kind of hard to find. You have to buy them. They're called fractional weights. Now, what does this have to do with making a lot of money? Well, typically, people have a problem with being technicians. Being a technician is you're really, really good at what you do. Many people are entering into this first layer situation where they have a lot of everyday knowledge and they try to put like a little twist on it. But if you got deep with it, you get deep. And I'll give you an example. Using this method, I got to over 630 pounds on the deadlift before I started to have all kinds of issues, joint pain, hip pain, because I'm getting long in the tooth. You know, I'm over half a century old. So I've kind of backed it down, and I just kind of keep it around 400. Well, I should say just started, because I injured myself. I had pulled this tendon in here, and it really hurt, and it impacted a lot of my exercises. So I just started doing squats for the last 4 or 5 months, and now it's all healed up. Now I'm going back to deadlifts. But if you go ahead and do this, and I'm going to show it to you too, because there's a lot of videos coming your way, a lot of videos. The intention is, let's just say the intention is to do 3 videos a day, 5 days a week. Yeah, I know. I got a lot of work to do, but fortunately, most of them will not be as long as these live streams. So that should help, because, you know, it's really interesting that some of the comments, because if you leave a comment and you delete it, I still get a notification that you left a comment. Silly rabbits. And people want to fight with me, because the video I put up yesterday, living in the hood in Atlanta, someone wanted to say I didn't know anything about East Point. I lived in the East Point. On the main drag, there's this place called Odd's Pizza. It was the first new development on Main Street in years. And I lived in Jefferson Park, which was it's like a jewel in the middle of trash. And yes, East Point has developed more, but East Point is 75% black, 15% white, and about 3 or 4% Hispanic. And most of it's poor. I know the point. I was like, I was getting ready, and they deleted their comments, so I'm not going to say their name. And part of this thing is when you begin to push and you begin to go in new avenues, negative feedback is usually a good sign, because you're pissing someone off. And if you want to be in sales and you want to be in marketing, you need to alienate people. So apparently I'm doing a very good job of that. But the progressive overload, how do you apply that to sales? Good question. I'm glad you asked. First of all, you would have to actually have something that's called a base. Now, what is a base? Going back to the gym, that's the most simple parallel we can use. Let's say you can lift 250 on the bench. That's your base. You can go in there, you can take a few weeks off, and you can still do that. What you want to do, and it's very, very hard, because, you know, the ego jumps. But if you were to take these, and they have 2.5, that's generally what they have in most gyms, 2.5 up to 5 pounds. Typically, you're going to get to a point where you cannot improve your bench 5 pounds, but you can improve it 2 pounds. And that's where these little fractional weights, I don't have them here. I should have brought them upstairs, but they're like 60 to 80 bucks. Now, let's say you were selling purses. You had a website, you were selling purses, and you were using Google AdWords, you were using Facebook, and you've noticed some diminishing returns. You've noticed that you're spending roughly the same money, but you're getting less impact. And this is something that happens. This is why when you run paid traffic, you need to have a paid traffic person on staff to monitor this, because it will change, and Google will change their algorithm, and Facebook will change their algorithm. So you're at this point where you're just kind of stuck. What do? You need to dig in the data. You need to actually call up your customers. Yes, call. Create a promotion where it's like, hey, we want to talk to you, because I'm getting ready to do something very similar. Stay tuned. And you reach out to about 100, 150 customers and ask them these questions. When did you hear about us, and why did you buy? Doesn't sound like overly complicated or simple. I mean, it sounds very simple, right? But what you will get from those two questions is earth-shattering. The first time I did it, I went through the list, and what I got was most people bought within the first 2 weeks of finding me. I didn't know that. So I was deploying a regular email campaign, which is like a 7-day funnel, a 14-day funnel, a 30-day funnel. So I was actually sending emails to people past the point that they were already set to buy. That's pretty earth-shattering, that I was actually leaving money on the table because I didn't understand why people bought. I didn't understand when they bought. So I made some adjustments and tripled my income. So that's what you got to do, the incremental progression of what you're already doing. Most people, because like I said, I'm about to go crazy, triple down on the YouTube videos. There's going to, like I said, there's going to be 3 a day. Probably 2 today, and then I'll get into the 3 today tomorrow, because I got to do some stuff. And there will probably be more of the Atlanta videos, because that was fun yesterday. That was really, really fun. I almost want to go back to that house and talk to those people, but it could be a weird conversation, because say it's not a boarding house and they actually bought it and they own it and there's a family in there, and that's just going to be all kind of awkward. But the next one I'm going to do, I'm probably going to start off in Atlanta, because what the whole plan is, and I'm doing what I'm telling you to, a progressive overload. Why start off in my neighborhood when I'm not being elitist? I'm not trying to talk down to people, but most folks are not going to get here. It's just the truth of the matter. Most folks are not going to get here. $300,000 and $450,000 ranches around here, those are teardowns. So start off in downtown Atlanta and show you how things have changed, and also do the wealth zone, places you can buy houses where you'll never lose money. Also do, and let's talk about that, because once I do that video, all of the real estate guys are going to come, and they're going to come for me. They're going to come for me. They're going to have their pitchforks. They're going to be like, nah, man, you can make money anywhere. You can do all this stuff. And these are people who are flippers. Folks who are buying and holding is a different ball game. It's a totally different ball game. But one of the things that we're going to get into is more of this progressive overload stuff, because I want you guys to be technically proficient at what you do. Once you become technically proficient, not I've got a blog, I have a YouTube channel, I have a podcast, and you don't have no traction on either one of them. A lot of people are doing that, and part of that is because they're not technically proficient. Why does someone listen to my blog, my podcast? I know already the proposition of why you're here at this YouTube channel. It's like, how do I make more money? Matter of fact, I've changed some stuff. Let's see. I can go in there, and it is interesting because something else too. I'm not going to start sending out the notifications. All right. So let's go here. All right. We've made some changes here. How to make and protect your money like a boss. The content's going to change a little bit. The name's not going to change. Hustlers Kung Fu. I'm going to actually break down that because I don't think I've actually broken it down like it needs to be broken down. And this is me looking kind of crazy. And this is me looking up. And I made it more simple, more accessible. And also for those of you, one of the things that I'm trying to do is to wake up the channel. And part of that is like, I'm going to stop using the text notification squad because it's weird. And I'll actually show you this because, you know, I'm people. I will get to, I'll actually log in and show you why I'm going to stop using it. I have a core group of people, right, who are awesome. Appreciate you. Thanks. Let's see. So let's go to subscribers. And let's go to, let's see, come out of that real quick. I'm trying to find out where I sent, I think it's going to be, here it is. All right. So it was going really nice. And then it stalled out because a lot of people do not want to give up their phone number. And it's kind of reached the point of diminishing returns because like it started off, it was great. Then it got like 759 opt-ins, right? And I know if I start giving away something free to get people on their number, they'll get the free thing and then they'll opt out. So I'm not doing that. So I'm like, okay, what can we do? What can we fit into the progressive overload thing? Because if you notice, there's not a lot of people here this morning. And part of that is because I did not send out any notifications because I'm going to keep this and I'm going to do something a little different with it. But it's just not, let's see, how many folks do we have on here? We got 525. So like 240 something have dipped. And part of that is branding and messaging. There's a lot of people who are kind of looking for certain things, and when they don't get it, they leave, which is just, you know, normal. But I'm getting away from that. And I'm, like I said, there's going to be more videos here. And I'm kind of in a quandary with Digital Citizen. And part of that is I think cryptocurrency in some form is here to stay. With that said, I think cryptocurrency is way off from mainstream adaptation. And cryptocurrency is being driven by millennial markets. So I don't really know if I want to invest a lot of time because part of it is, and I already know, to be successful with a cryptocurrency channel, you need to post every day. You need to show the market cap. You need to do all this stuff. You need to have some wow and some zing to it. And I don't really know if I want to go there because, you know, it doesn't feel right. And I'm at a point where I don't do things that don't feel right. So probably I'm going to do this as a crypto education channel, but I'm also going to do it as how to make money online. So I'm kind of conflicted because I'm going to continue to put stuff up there. But I'm not going to be doing cryptocurrency. I'm not doing it every day. My interest level, well, my interest level is high, but I don't really see the point when I know that creating a business, offering products makes way more money much, much faster. Cryptocurrency as a long-term buy and hold is probably a really good thing. And I'm talking about, like, I held my Bitcoin 8 years. So, you know, and I did really okay. And if you can buy your Bitcoin or buy your Ethereum or buy your Ripple and just don't look at it and just sit on it for a few years, you'll probably be okay. But that's not the way that it's going. Most of the action is toward trading and flipping and buying on the dips and all this other stuff. And it's just, for me, I think it would be a fundamental distraction because I know how to make money. I know how to put stuff together, and that would be, for me, not anyone else, but for me, it'd be like hustling backwards. So I'm not going to do it. I got to figure out how I'm going to do this in this, but that will come later. But I think there's more things that are going to come from this, and I think that's going to be awesome, and it's going to be amazing. But I got to stay in my lane, and that's one of the things about progressive overload. If you're working on some deadlifts, then you go read this new workout in this magazine and completely abandon what you were doing. Because, let's see, I didn't do deadlifts for about 4 or 5 months. I forget when I hurt myself. And I've been just doing squats, and I've gotten my legs have gotten bigger. And this is funny. I haven't been going super heavy, but my legs have gotten much bigger because I've been working on my form, and I've been consistent. I've been consistent with it. That's the key. Consistency with your sales process. Consistency with your branding. That's everything. But another thing about that is it's kind of boring. It ain't no ooh-wee. It's not exciting, but it makes you money. And I've seen this, that many people have gotten away from the things that made them money. You see it in football games all the time. You see it in basketball games. They stop doing the things that got them to where they were or where they are that made them successful. Like, look at the Philadelphia Eagles. It is a perfect example of consistency. Doug Peterson has been doing some gutsy calls all season long. He went for it. 4 on the 4th down. He did that over and over again. He did not deviate from who he was, and that's why they won, because the Patriots, they never were in it. The Patriots were behind except for that one series where they got ahead, and then Nick Foles and crew came back, captured the lead. They were behind 3 quarters, and the Philadelphia Eagles played 4 quarters of football. They didn't play 1, they didn't play 2, they played 4 quarters, and their defensive stars kept going and kept going. And when it really mattered, dude got in there, sacked Brady, and stripped the ball. And they were up 8 points. So for the Patriots to win, they had to be perfect. They had to get a touchdown and a 2-point conversion, which is incredibly hard. It's possible, but it's not hard. So that's a really good example of sticking to who you are, being who you are, and not deviating. And they got a Super Bowl trophy up there in Philly, and they're going to be wearing those rings up there in Philly. It's about that consistency. It really is. And some of the topics are going to be, they're going to be like really crazy, because I'm expanding the horizon. And I'm getting to be a little bit more educational. Let's see what's in this chat room. Let me go in here and see what y'all are talking about. Oh, actually, I just came all out of that. There we go. Let's see what we have in here. What's up, Miamito Jones? What's up, Tone Lee? Oh, health before wealth. Yep, deadlifts are a total body exercise. I'm not going to church, Exodus. Peel Commerce, morning from Toronto. What's up? What's up, Charlene? Antonio Valentine, appreciate you. A lot of people still going to church, man. They all over here. The Atlanta video was nice. Thanks. You know, it's funny because I was going to do it with me talking, and I say, well, that's kind of boring. Let me just show what I'm talking about. It took me a minute to figure that out because I did about 5 minutes of one video. What's up, Afrey? What's up, Trey Haynes? What's up, regular web guy? Rana, Cody, Diana. Ganji, I saw a vid on Bitcoin Cash exploit. The video illustrates the point how people in the crypto space treat it like religion. They don't question anything. I would say there's a lot of truth to that, Ganji. It is like a religion. It really is. And it's a mania. And I'm like, okay, do I really want to get caught up in there? Chris, I'm glad the Patriots lost. What's up, Rashida? What's up, Perceptions Media? Ebony Empire. I have to start going to church again. Oh, that's funny. Hold on. Let me. Let's see. Oh well. I'll address that later. But there will, like I said, there'll be a lot more insights and stuff because I don't really know how I'm going to set it up or how I'm going to put it together just yet. But part of this thing is I'm back in the lab and I'm also looking to expand and grow some things. So that's it. That's funny. So who here actually has the desire to be a technician, which I should say is boring. It's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of sweat. The payoff is immense. But who's here a technician of what they do? And part of that is I got to get back into making videos and creating stuff and commentary and podcasts. Next week's going to be real interesting. Matthew Campbell, do you think you need to build a personal brand to be a successful business online? No. You know what's funny? I can't show it to you, but I sent myself a email about 5 o'clock this morning because there's this new channel that I want to create, and it's called 7-Figure Content. I was thinking about creating it later, but since I'm not going to go all in on the Bitcoin, matter of fact, let's kind of actually, let me get into this. And I'm going to answer your question in a minute. All right. So let's look at disruptive mail. I'm going hard on that. And it's interesting, like when I don't send out the blast, how the views don't really crank up. It's kind of funny. But also I have a problem with consistency aspect. So I got to be putting more videos up. So that should solve that problem. And I'm about to, well, let's answer your question because before I get all crazy and off track. Personal brands are amazing and they are powerful for online businesses. Now, they're even powerful for offline. Rachel Ray, Martha Stewart, George Foreman. So you can build a personal brand online and offline. Charles Schwab. But when you start to look at, do you think Amazon.com would have been as successful as it is if it was named Jeff Bezos.com? Think about it. I mean, the name has a lot to do with it. I think you can do both, but I don't think the question is, should you do a personal brand? If you want to work from home, you want to have the online entrepreneur type lifestyle, yeah, do a personal brand. I had a personal brand. This channel was named Glendon Cameron at one point, and I got away from it because let's say at some point I want to sell this. I could not sell Glendon Cameron without selling my name. So if you are trying to grow a business or build a business to a point you want to sell it, you can't do a personal brand. If you want to build a portfolio of businesses, they can't be personal brands. But personal branding can be very powerful, but it can also be limiting because there's inherent disadvantages to creating a personal brand, and there's inherent disadvantages to creating a personal brand. I had that conversation with myself about 2 years ago. This channel would still be named Glendon Cameron if I was just going to be just do the YouTube thing and not really. Let me take a few steps back. If you want to be a speaker, personal branding is the way to go. If you want to be really good on Facebook, personal branding is the way to go. But if you want to build multiple businesses or a business that you can leverage and sell, you cannot do a personal brand. That's a big, big problem because You're the business. Your face is the business. Like, y'all love V, right? I bring her on here. I get complaints, and it's not like she's doing a bad job. It's just when just simple little things, which falls back on me for not really training her. It's like to read the person's name and to read the comment, because people like hearing their name being read. They love it, and she just like do this, and that was one of the problems. So one of the things that I have to do is and this is why I think it's going to be easier with a new channel, because there is no expectation for me to be there. Like, this channel is 9 years old, and y'all have been seeing me and me only for 9 years. If I was to bring other entrepreneurs on to talk, because there's a lot of people who want to see me talk to a student and some other stuff. And I really think part of that is to see if this works. But I don't think that's going to help people, because unless you're that person, you're not going to get the same results. And that's just a hard thing for many people to swallow and absorb. I feel I'm pretty smart, and I was listening to a podcast that gave amazing value. I had to listen to it 10 times to get the steps on how to do it. And I think, a lot of people are not going to do that. They're going to listen one time. They're not going to go back. They're not going to exhume. They're not going to read. They're not going to get deep into stuff. And it creates a problem. So that's one of the issues with looking to see if someone else did it before you dip your toe into the water. I got plenty of stuff that's super cheap that you can test. So that's another reason I don't do that. Let's see. Well, you're a web developer, man. The world's your oyster. You want to be, well, any kind of technician. Do you want to be a technician of Facebook? Do you want to be a technician of YouTube? Do you want to be a technician of Instagram? Do you want to be a technician of WordPress? I mean, everyone who makes that decision usually makes good money or a lot of money because they really know their craft. Cody, sometimes I will get distracted from creating things, then I go, wait, you're a composer and teacher and course creator, stick to those and you'll be fine. Pretty much, because I had to have another talk with myself about some of the stuff I was doing. Mia Jones, I could say, by watching more of your videos, I notice I'm becoming a technician about my work again. That's awesome. What's up, Jerson Estrada? Hello from Miami. David Brown, that's funny. Rona, I'm a technician at working on my videos and my channel, which sucks right now, but I know it would be worth it in a few years. Now, that's one of the best comments I read. It'll be worth it in a few years. Because this is the thing. I've seen some stuff happen with my YouTube channel since they made this announcement that creators must have X amount of hours, X amount of subscribers before they can monetize. This has driven a lot of people off the platform. It is really interesting. And what's funny about that is when YouTube first started, you couldn't get paid. People were doing YouTube to be on YouTube to make some money. Not to make some money, to make videos, to be famous, to, pull out their phones like, look at my video, to their classmates. What's up, Marquise? What's up, Dwayne? Totally, consistency coincides with unlearning bad behaviors. A lot of bad behaviors. I was telling a friend, I had some really bad behaviors. I was stuck on one train of thought when I needed to be on another one. Miami, how much money are you making? That right there is the measure. How much money you're making. Everything else does not matter. I don't care how pretty your website is, because this is something else too that I did with some of my research. A lot of people who are on YouTube who are talking about blogging, and their YouTube channel is virtually a blog. Like their blog, it's not really getting a lot of traffic, because what I'll do is I will look at this person and then I will look at their website, because let's see, similarweb.com. There's one that comes to mind. They talk about blogging, but when you look at the website, it doesn't even have enough traffic to pop up in SimilarWeb. I mean, let's see. I think my website, because at one point when I was giving those courses away, I got up to about 45,000 hits a month, and it was growing. Hustlers, Kung Fu Life Skills. I'm going to see if it's actually showing. Okay, that was kind of wild. Apparently, I did something wrong because the whole thing broke. Copy. Let's try it again. All right. All right. So my website is, I'll just show you this right now. It is 2 million in the world, and it's 581 in the US, and it's gone up, but apparently I don't register enough traffic. So a lot of the stuff is direct, referrals, search. Either they change what they display, but I'm not registering enough. Huh. Let's see, what is that? I'll do that later. But that's one of the things. Like you go there and their blog is not really making, that's not where they're making their money. They're making their money from YouTube. They're making their money, and YouTube for the next 10 years or more is still going to be a very, very large part of the internet. Facebook is still, I think Facebook's thing is they're trying not to be like YouTube, but the search, because Facebook's thing is to recommend and to push videos towards you and to push things that are trending versus, YouTube allows you to curate. You could just hit the search bar, and if you want to find how to put an exhaust on the car, bam, there. Facebook just can't compete with that. I don't think they're ever going to be able to compete with that because Facebook is not designed for that. So it's about money. If you're not making any money, that's the first problem. David, definitely a technicians. Chris Monroe just invited the live streamers on. Well, if they're really good in their craft, health before wealth, yes. What's up, BT the Creator? Oh, that's funny. I'm not putting any suits on. I am Batman down. What's up, Alice? Locks the Shelf. What's good, Glenda? How do you know what not to talk about on YouTube? I won't talk about gay people. I will not talk about political issues. I will not talk about children. There's a lot of topics that can get you in a lot of trouble that don't seem like it. A lot of children and family channels got slammed hard recently. And these channels were making 30, 50, 60, 70, 80 grand a month, and it just went away. If you can't talk about it in church, you probably shouldn't talk about it on YouTube. But that said, if you can, like InfoWars, very controversial, but he gets the views. Mikkel, on my addiction Instagram page will be worth in about 5 years. 50 followers is now. Dwayne Bryan, Glendon, with the ongoing rise of competition, should I make a channel for window cleaning business? I would say no, because part of the reason I would say no is how many videos can you make about window cleaning? You're better off with a blog and well-written and positioned articles, because, I mean, you can make, 30, 40 videos, 50, maybe 100 videos about window cleaning. So I would say no. What's up, Be Real? Hello from Harlan, Jonathan Ellison. Be real. Well, I'm just kind of, giving you some insights on what you could talk about because, like yesterday or Friday or whatever day I did that stream, I was talking about the white Lambo dude. That's what we'll call him. One of the reasons I will not mention his name is I don't want to send him any traffic. Another reason is when I talk disparagingly of people, I don't mention any names because I don't want to get into one of these YouTube beefs. And I'm going to tell you, how many of you have heard of the Houthi Matara? He had a channel on here, YouTube. He put out some amazing information. He was talking about all kinds of stuff that just he'd do a live stream and he'd just go for an hour, 2 hours. Well, the Houthi got into it with, she had these Vagina Chronicles. They were trying to work together. They fell out. And then they had this beef going on. The Houthi's channel got deleted because of that beef. And then he went on to his website and stuff. But it ain't worth it. You'll get people who will want to start fights with you because essentially if someone's like starting fights with you or put up, quote, the diss video, they want to engage you. They want to, like, a lot of people who have grown their channels, and a lot of people don't know this, is they've used the content of other YouTubers in a dismissive fashion or just talk junk about them and grew their channels really big. There's one guy in the crypto space. He's very good at it. He talks about a lot of people. He mentions their channels. People from that channel go look, and it creates a lot of stuff. I just don't. It works, okay? Vegan Gains. That's how he grew his channel so quickly. He just talked junk about all the bodybuilder channels, every one of them. He even went to a show and was messing with this dude at his show. Very messy. I just don't think you have to do it that way, but I'm just one person. What's up, Al Gordon? Dwayne Bryant, Albert Loud, Conscious Either. Ben the bartender. Let me show you something. This is just for you. This is just for you. Let's go with the tipsy bartender. Sky John. I don't know. How many of y'all know of Sky John? I used to love Sky John. I watched his channel early. He had another channel which he has shut down. He has deleted it. He has gotten rid of it. And the tipsy bartender, because the thing is, he did his first he is tipsy vlogs. Is he gonna let her fall? And look at this. Look at this right here. Look how much alcohol he has up in his place. And Sky John, he's an actor. It's just, he started off as a bartender. And he had this channel, and he was talking to porn stars. He went to Germany. He was talking to prostitutes. He was pretty much interviewing man on the street. And then he did this one video where he actually talked about what he knew, which was bartending. And he started making these drinks. And within about 4 months, he shut that other channel down and went straight to the tipsy bartender. He focused on what he knew. And it's just really interesting how he has blown up, because this channel, it makes him a lot of money. Let's go ahead and see what's, because see, Sky John, he does brand deals. He has a lot of liquor people advertising. So if you ever want to see what a YouTuber potentially makes, you can go here. Oh, he's down. I don't know what's going on with this. Good Lord. I have no clue. Oh, well. This dude was getting 90,000 subs a month, 54, 90, 60, 50. Look at this. It was just sick. He had months where he was like getting, you know, he's got the silver play button, he's got the platinum play button, or the gold, whatever they give you when you get over 1 million. And he was getting like 15 million views a month. I'm just being an analyst, being a technician, because I don't know what happened. I have to dig deeper into his analytics. And he's like 1,000. You know, there's only like 1,009 YouTubers ahead of him. But look at this. There's a lot more channels that get more views. Oh, he's been demonetized. Oh, all right. All right. You know, just for you folks who want to do YouTube, this demonetization thing is, I think, fortunately, it's brand deals, so he should be all right. But YouTube will tell you that, and you know, some people will just go ahead and try to point out that your videos can scale without being monetized. I would say that is fundamentally untrue. How do I know? I had a video that was killing it, and then I got one of those, your video's flagged. Went ahead, did the process. It's like, oh, nothing's wrong with it. Did the traffic come back? That video was getting like 1,500 views a day. And I think part of this, and this is one of the reasons that you'll see me doing a lot of different topics, is certain keywords that I use over and over again are tagged. And if I use those keywords, because I'll even show you. See, you know, I'm one of the folks who will show you what actually is going down versus like, I'll teach you what I'm doing to make money versus teaching you some stuff that in theory makes money while I do something completely different. That's what a lot of people do. And that's why a lot of folks don't have results. All right, so I'm going to show you. Yeah, I can show you this. Come on, hurry up. All right. This video, which was doing very well, it got demonetized, slowed it down. This video, it didn't get demonetized. This one did. So what happens is whatever arc that your video is on, this one got demonetized. It took them a few days to get this one. Once you get demonetized, whatever YouTube was doing to push your video, that goes away. And this is why I got to start doing like more Atlanta videos, because they don't seem to be getting hit. Because what it happens is it stops my video from spreading. So we'll go ahead, it'll get demonetized, and I'll challenge it and it'll be fine. But whatever YouTube does when the video first comes out, it's gone. And that's why I will argue with anyone that's like, oh, you know, demonetization doesn't make a difference. Please, it makes a difference. And that's why I think that YouTube went ahead and go ahead and hit a lot of these channels is to see, you know, essentially to get the cream of the crop. And if you're making regular, hey, y'all, it's me in my kitchen. You got chipped fingernails. Your background's got trash. Your room's not cleaned up. You're not going anywhere. You're just not. And that's just a way to keep a lot of trash from collecting money and diluting the AdSense pool. So you're going to see one of the videos per day to be maybe a vlog. I may do some vlogs and do a vlog a day, something like that, and just not use the keywords that I know that they will go ahead and demonetize my videos. It is like, it's like a chess match. All right, so I'm doing 2 videos a day, live streams. That works really well. And this is why I had to get rid of some stuff. So I'm probably going to do like a 12 o'clock fall. I don't know. I don't know the schedule. I'm just going to throw videos up and work the schedule out later. But that's one of the things that happens. And a lot of people, it's like, oh no, you can still have your channel go really viral without monetization if it's something saucy. Charlene McKinney, what's up? What's up? Ganji, yeah, I remember until he went in on the chick who was crazy. That's got his channel deleted. Pretty much 3 Pistol 7. I would say politics. I would say definitely politics, because YouTube is owned by Google. I mean, it's politics. Oh, controversy sells to a point. It gets too controversial, then they cut it off. I don't know about the albino Jesus. Pretty much been the bartender. That too locks the chief, the chef. Yes, he does. And that's why, and you see his channel is gone crazy. Health before wealth. The health life coaching scene is be doing its thing, but videos on that don't seem to have plenty of YouTube views. However, health is really huge. If you put up a video where you're doing regular workouts and you're talking about protein shakes, let me, can I find her? Hold on a second. If you're going to be in the fitness space, you need to be good looking and you need to be in shape. And you need to have, let's see, I'm trying to find her. Because here we go. You need to have the backdrop. You just can't be pretty and in shape. You got to have the backdrop. She was with Body Rocks, and she was actually married to the dude, but he owned the channel. They got divorced, so she had to do her own thing. But I'm going to tell you what makes her channel pop. One, she's in amazing shape. Okay? And she does this in her backyard next to this pool. Now, it looks like she's just in shape and she's a attractive girl, right? Well, there's a lot more that's going on. These subliminal messages are huge. You see this, you see her out here by her pool, you see it's not a resort pool. You see that she's in the backyard. What's the first thing that comes up to you? What's the first thing, just looking at this image, what's the first thing that comes to you about her? The first thing, not that she's just in shape, but what's something that just, you don't even really think about it, but it comes up in your mind. I'm going to see how many people actually figure this out, because she's doing a lot of subliminal positioning, which is a very advanced sales technique, because you'll go and look at her videos and they're all like this. That's another one. You know that this is in a backyard. And how do you know this is in the backyard? Community pools don't have diving boards. Now, this is information but it's not information that you consciously think of. So this is her backyard. She's got a wall, a brick wall. I think I gave it away. So let's see how many of y'all have figured out what she is selling other than health. Yep. You can really pimp out a lot of YouTubers. 3 Pistols, yeah, I used to watch Sky John. I mean, he was funny. Oh, he stopped making videos? That would explain the drop. Oh, you know about vegan gangs. Yeah, dude was about to jump him. Ganja. After reading so good they can't ignore you, the moral lesson is forget passion and get good at something where people will pay you. Pretty much. Nope. Oh, he has the Hectrix? Because like I said, I'm not a drinker, so I don't watch him on the regular. I catch a video every month or every 2 months. Ebony Empire, you can, but then it's you got to get gangster with it. Oh, he launched tipsybartender.com. He saw the writing on the wall. Really? If you could become good at it, yeah. Perception Media. She's living good, flexible in bed, been the bartender. Health before wealth, sex. Rhonda Stockard, she got money and she's living that lifestyle as well. She's selling wealth. She ain't selling just health. She's selling loot. I mean, she has all right. I had a house and I was thinking about having a brick wall put around it. You know what the estimates were for that brick wall? $40K to $100K for that brick wall. She got a brick wall around their house. That's probably a close to $1 million house if unless she bought it early. No, Rhonda said it. She's got money. She's selling money. All right, I'm gonna run you through some other ones. All right, his channel's actually taking a beating. Christian Guzman. All right, here's another one. He's selling wealth because, all right, actually, this is a really good. All right, so let's kind of go back to this now. You see the tree. You see where he's living. Now, it's not enough if you're going to be doing fitness for you to show fitness. You got to show wealth. You got to show overall well-being. It used to be someone can come up with a YouTube channel and just be in good shape. That doesn't work. You got to be showing you making money. You got like Trish Playtas. Trish is a mess, if you know who that is. But Trish makes money. She drives a pink G-Wagon. So this is part of the subliminal thing. Like one of the Lambo dudes, he was living in this little small apartment and he had to move. You cannot be talking about making money living in a small apartment. At some point, people go like, that just doesn't add up. Like if you're just, hey, I'm just on this channel, I'm getting ready to move. Yeah, okay. But it doesn't make sense. It's like you making money, but you got this big old Lambo and you park it in front of an apartment. Bruh, you could have took that 500 G's and bought a house and then next year got the Lambo. So subliminally, subconsciously, we think a lot of stuff that impacts our buying decisions. And that's why Zuka, she shows wealth. That's why she does all of those videos out there about the pool. She does her hair and all this other stuff. That is a very, very big thing about it. You cannot be talking about making money. Trey D. Hayes, lifestyle. Kenya 5, lifestyle. Regular web, get wealth. She's selling wealth more than she's selling sex, believe it or not. Diana Thompson, lifestyle. Sean Osby, success. Levi, health equals wealth. Yes. Rhonda Stark, I know this lifestyle very well. I work for these people. I get to see behind the scenes every day, G. Oh, really? What do you get to see? Marquise Brownlee, he's driving a Tesla. He's got a studio. He's killing it. Persuasion. Yeah, so you can't like me. I mean, for a long time, I I didn't show none of this stuff. Matter of fact, let's see. Let's go back to, because I learned, and I'll actually take you through what I did at one point and why I stopped it. We'll go back to the oldest. All right, so we'll look at this one. You know, you see me right in the shirt and everything, and you could tell this is a very nice place, right? So we do that, and then this is another house that I owned. And then this happened. This started to happen. Just me against a blank wall. And I kept that for a long time. See, you ever notice? Just a blank wall. I messed up there. Then went to the blank wall, blank wall. You'll see that there was just a blank wall behind me for years. Years. Then I got this. That was hot for a minute. I did not show how I lived. I really kept my personal life. I kept where I live. I'll still keep where I live secret. And then once again, blank wall. If you notice, the overwhelming majority of my videos are against a blank wall. Then I started to show more 5 years ago. Then I got into better thumbnails. And let's see. This one, I think I'm in the basement. Okay. And that's kind of like a room that I dedicated to like a studio. So you got to, if you're talking about success, you're talking about, actually, y'all did not see any of that. Let's just go backwards. All right. So for a long time, blank wall, blank wall. Then I got the corrugated thing. So then I started doing a lot of car videos. A lot more car videos are coming back, but just blank walls. And what's happened, and from my information, you can't talk about making money and don't look like you making money. I think these young kids who are in the Lambos and the baseball cap and the shorts, that works to a degree if you're in California, but you know, it's wild. Let's see, is this against a blank wall? Yep. This was what? 2011. Good Lord. This is when you can cuss on YouTube and do all this other stuff. But you got to sell that lifestyle. You just cannot, you know, it's not going to work. I mean, it's like if you look like the people, if you look regular and you're not doing like a conversational channel or, you know, we out here channel, or I'm just a girl or a dude around the block, or it ain't going to work. It's just not going to work. JC Sanchez, do you think it's a good idea to cash out from cryptocurrency and pay off your house? Okay, let's talk about this. And this is a good business lesson. How much Bitcoin do you think the average person can buy now? Say it's 10, whatever it's 10, 12,000, whatever it is. How many Bitcoin? You can buy 1, 2, 3. So if you can somehow make that work, knock yourself out. Telling Lee to have a courtside seat to real action. Rona Starker, I see people ordering Mercedes over the phone, 15-day trips to the island, 100K parties. Community Lois, we can't see. Oh, all right. You around that right energy. Well, Rona, since you hang around wealthy people, there's this perception, and this is what I like, because we got folks who come in there. How many wealthy people that you work with or know actually live like misers, who actually are scrimping and saving and cutting coupons? The millionaire next door, live in a regular house but got $1 million net worth. How many of those folks you work for? Are these folks who got the money spending, or are they just sitting on it? Being the bartender, you can't be broke telling people how to be rich. And that's the big change that's happened with YouTube. Locks the chef. Health equals wealth for sure. That's why I believe we should all strive to be healthy, wealthy, mentally, physically, spiritually, and fiscally. Rona, I support the people who make the money and they share what they know. That is really interesting. So while Rona's coming up with a reply, where are we with this stream? Oh man, we are over this. All right, so let me get into this. All right, so starting tomorrow, I am going to be working on the Tax Slayer deal. And let's see, what is the price on that? All right, so I got to do a little research before. Let me get into this before I start discounting. Let's see. Orders. Here we go. All right, so what's going to happen with the course? I run out of energy after about 2 hours, so I'm going to dedicate essentially every day. All right. Every day I'm going to have to create some content. And also I'm going to show you that you also have to market, because this is one of the hardest things for people to balance out. Marketing the product or the service and doing the products and services. It's like salespeople. You do all this prospecting and then you start doing the work and then your pipeline dries up. So I think I figured out something. I think I have. I'm not really sure, but we're gonna test it. So let's see. What is that? Where's my calculator? Here we go. So minus 70%. All right. So what I'm gonna do, and it should be under there, but I'm gonna put it under the video. Here we go. Kid Jam 313. I've been in the hustle mode all my life. In trucking, own my own company, but can't catch a break and they drag my credit up and down. What gives? What do you mean, Kid Jam? I'm not let me just say this very plainly. I am not messing with Bitcoin because I would have to take energy, time, and resources from things that are proven to make money to get into something that might make money. And this is one of the things, because, I got a lot of people who are business owners. They're caught up in the Bitcoin thing. And at some point, Bitcoin is going to level out and these fantastic gains are going to disappear. So I would rather put my time and energy into something that will make me money 10 years from now versus something that will make me money from now. So I'm out. I'm not even arguing with people. They all live regular, but how are you ordering a Mercedes on the phone? They ain't living regular, Rana. They ain't living regular. They all live regular, but they're generous to their true friends and family. Afri, have a great day. Have a great day, everyone. Dang. I know someone who gambles about 10 to 20 G's a month, but he makes 1.7 million a year. And he has converted a lot of that money over the years to rental properties. So I think he probably spends his rental income gambling. JC Sanchez, I've been hustling all my life, but 4 years ago I quit my 9 to 8 to 5, and it's the best decision I ever made. I have 20 times my income since then. Wow. Shotgunning. My bath bomb hustle is offer up on Craigslist. I go door to door for 5 hours and deliver locally on Sundays. There are eyes for your market everywhere. Wow. All right. Let me get in here. So I need to get to this, and I need to get to my coupon section. So we're going to get rid of those. And we're going to get rid of that one. So I'm creating a coupon. $70% off. And it's going to be a bundle. Because I'm going to start working on Tax Slayer tomorrow. Tax Slayer for the average citizen to win. And we're just going to make the coupon code Sunday. 50. And Sunday. Sunday, lowercase. So I'm going to go in here. And I'm going to get into some stuff that I will never get into in YouTube on the course. Use code Sunday. $70% off of Tax Slayer. So it is now under the video. You can grab it till like 12 tonight. Tony, a guy that I've been knowing for 2 years, just told me he's a multimillionaire. I was shocked because you never notice. Could be. I'm in the DCVA MDO. You know a piece of trash house up there is $500,000. There ain't nothing regular about that area. You know that area doesn't have a recession because of all the government work. It doesn't have a recession. The Uber up there has been bumping for years. I was going to get into a mining company, $600 for $2 a day for a year, but you could be. I'm not messing with it. Joseph Park, how did you get into the consultant business? People ask me. JC Sanchez, I think you have to keep motivated every day to make more money as time goes on. No motivation, wherever that is, you will get nowhere. Pretty much. Ebony, he has rental property, but he takes money from his roofing business to go have fun. He pays himself a check like he does to us, and then they go have fun. Pretty much. It sounds like he's got some good corporate planning going on, because you got a business owner who either he's going to take a check like everyone else with ADP, or he's not going to take any money out the company. Shotgun. Ever notice at the gym it's usually half around actually in shape out of the whole bunch? Hey, there's a lot of folks trying to get they swole on, man. I like they there. All right. So this is today's deal. It's Tax Slayer. You get 70% off Tax Slayer. and I will be working on that tomorrow. And what I'm going to do is do Fat Cat Secrets. It's how to set up a YouTube channel to save off your taxes. I'm going to change up the title, but that's what I will be working on tomorrow. And you can use the discount code Sunday, just like it says, lowercase, and you can get your 70% off. So that's the deal of today. Oh, I'm about to bounce. Get rid of all that. Get rid of all that. All right. Seems like people are leaving like crazy. So with that, I will see you guys later. I don't know what time, but I'll be back.